Hello.
What up?
Where's Brother Dan? Come on in.
Where am I at?
I like that font.
No, thank
It's a good
you.
font.
I'll tell you the story of that font.
We call
later.
that elephant.
Oh, gross.
Ah, I know.
Ladies and
so
gentlemen,
gross.
welcome to the Leap Cast. That's right, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I am currently ignoring heat and cold with my mind, which is a capacity that all have.
He's ignoring sweat.
Yep.
Everyone.
Yep.
No, there
And
you go.
I'm Ryan's brother Dan, and may the light illuminate Tamra's soul brightly as she deserved, and may she shelter in the Creator's hand until her rebirth.
Sad days, sad days. And I'm Tom, and I'm gonna get in there as deep as I can. It's gonna change you.
Wow.
Well, again, yes, and this is episode 111. That's right, double, triple hockey sticks right down the lane for you. And this is chapters 14 through 16 of New Spring.
Romans are really confused. They think this is episode 3.
Yeah, yes, Romans. Yes.
Matt,
Do you know any Romans, Dan?
I'm doing that cool
Yes.
thing where you wear a shirt under the shirt, Matt. That's what I'm doing.
Ooh, look at that camouflage.
You can't see me.
Ooh.
Josh,
I'm better than my water
I was
clothes.
wondering where those hands were coming from because all I saw was forests between. I saw just woodland
I don't
between your
move.
shirt and your hands.
Yep.
Josh, do you speak Roman?
Roman's not a language.
Do you read Roman?
No.
Do you know any Romans?
Your mic changed.
Yeah, you're on
You
the
like-
wrong mic.
Do you eat
No,
top
I-
Roman?
Do you
It hasn't changed. It's just
Mearshon?
up.
There you are.
There it goes. There you go. Do you have you
I don't believe in
Visigoths?
Romans, Ryan.
climbed Mount Kilimanjaro?
Roman?
Kilimanjaro.
Are you reading the Visigoths? there, Josh?
Kilimanjaro. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I
I'll be
don't
back.
believe in Romans. That's
Oh,
cool.
I don't believe in
Ryan, we
Romans.
chased him away. He's like, I don't like Italians at all. I don't want to talk about this. He doesn't like pizza. He thinks that noodles were invented in China.
Whoa, settle down, buddy. They're not noodles.
I know.
all right? It's pasta.
I know.
Not noodles. Noodles and soup. Okay? Okay, buddy?
Well, I'm getting some buttered noodles when I'm done here. It ain't no soup. Yep.
I'm
I'm
disappointed
a
in you.
4-year-old.
I'm disappointed
Yep.
in you.
I like
Noodles were
buttered-
invented in China, Dan.
See? Take that, Rome.
Yeah, noodles, not pasta.
pizza-
motherfucker. Shit.
And pizza's history is
but-
fascinating.
It is. It
But
really
the
is
Italians
cool.
did go wacky with shapes. The difference between ziti and mostaccioli matter.
It's they 100% matter. You get different amounts of sauce when you eat different shapes. Different
Yeah.
kinds of sauce for different kinds of shapes. It's
See?
very important.
Yeah, rigatoni. That sauce clings to the
Mhm.
in those little grooves.
And it gets in the hole. The sauce.
It gets in the hole. Get in the hole.
Yeah.
It's like everyone who drives on a par 3. Get in the hole.
Get in the hole.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year. Which all the
I
years
think-
or just this one?
Just no, all the New Years.
Cool. That was
Yeah.
very nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah. 2023. Do you guys make any
Mother
resolutions?
cracked up to be. I'm just saying,
Wow. You broke me. You broke
year
me.
older and a year wiser.
Time is a
Right?
construct.
Time is a construct made by man.
I mean, it was so what? 2023 years ago, some guy died. Is that what we're basing it on? I mean,
No.
is this our system of calendar? What are we?
Well, you know
doing?
that there are many calendars, Brother Dan, right?
My
No.
resolution was to focus more on my navel. Just do the whole show like this now.
You're just gonna. Are you in Dashboard Confessional?
Yes.
You're just emo. You're just a shoegazer.
Yep. And I'm gonna dance like this.
Well, we're not here to talk about shoegazing emo bands, though, guys.
Oh, okay.
I personally
Ryan, I
used
see,
the
is
Discordian
struggling.
calendar, so it wasn't actually New Year's on January 1st, but
Whoa.
Oh, see, I used the Mayan calendar, and we all died a year and a half ago or so.
I think what you mean is time stopped, which
Yeah,
is
time
different than us all dying.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be
Oh.
specific.
He just stopped.
but-
He stopped paying attention to time. Is all it was.
Yeah. I
So
mean, once Morse Day died, I mean, why would we pay attention to the time?
I mean, according to the Discordian calendar,
on, guys.
January 5th is when the chaos season starts.
Oh.
2000
Yeah.
what?
No, January 5th, every year.
January.
It's the
5th.
season of chaos.
Like tomorrow?
2 days from
Or
now, but yes.
In 2 days? Oh,
2 days.
okay.
Is that
There's
Monday
74-day
or
seasons.
Chaos Flux?
You know, I have a date with Matt Gates that day. Huh. I wonder
Sorry,
if
excuse
that's
me.
a coincidence. Yeah,
Why would
I'm
you-
underage.
Oh, I was about to say, is he going to fly out there and pay for it on his
Yep.
Venmo or whatever?
Fly to Canada. Get those international laws
I
broken.
mean, really sad.
Why not? Why not?
Really sad, brother Dan.
I know. I dig in the shit
Don't
Uh-huh.
dig in the
for
shit.
my jokes.
That is
I'm
not.
digging in the dirt. Yeah.
That is not sanitary at all.
Well,
It
that's
is
when
not.
you find psychedelic mushrooms on shit. Something good comes from it.
See, every cloud has a silver lining when you are shrooming.
I'd rather not farm that myself. I'll just go and buy it from somebody.
Right. Mushrooms are complex, guys. Know what you're doing if you're gonna go pick them. By the way,
Yeah. Just don't.
duh.
Just don't pick
they are
them.
complex.
No, pick them.
No, pick them.
Yeah. Okay.
Join
It
your
doesn't
local
hurt 'em.
fungus
It's like fruit.
society and pick them.
Well, but you have to
Yeah.
like know what you're picking, or you're gonna like die.
That's why
or
you
get
join
sick.
your local fungus society. Every
Oh.
city has one. Go find
Uh-huh.
yours.
Are
Join
you
up.
are you
Too
the
much
vice
work for me.
president of your local fungus?
The Fungi Guild.
No,
He's a fun
not
guy.
on the board.
Oh no.
I'm on the board, but I
I
didn't.
said I'm not
found it.
on the board.
Oh,
Jeez. Base plant.
Just all below board.
All right, no.
yeah.
That's where mushrooms can really
Um,
grow.
I'm gonna say hi to Kenneth Minyard. New name. new
Kenneth.
name.
What up,
Kenneth.
Kenneth?
Welcome.
Spore them, baby.
Kenneth,
Yeah,
Kenneth
you can
was
kick, hey, guys. You see mushrooms, kick them all you want because you're not hurting them. That's what they want. They want you to kick a mushroom if you see it.
Kenneth. I think you were hanging out with Meat Tom, right? Yesterday when we were watching Rings of Power. I think I remember your name, or he
Oh,
remembers. it.
nice.
Stop talking.
I
to
don't know why
me.
you had your
Tom.
hand over your crotch when you said that, but
Meet
Mm.
Tom, the guy who looks like he should be cast in Rafe Jukin's God of War. Coming
Yeah,
out
that would be awesome.
Just paint some white stripe down his face, and God damn it, you have Kratos.
Kratos,
his
yeah.
name? Yeah.
There's pictures of
chapter
me
14.
as Kratos somewhere. Nice.
if you
Oh,
put
really?
Yeah.
if you put an arrow on his head, he could just be like an older version of Aang.
I want to get that tattoo so bad. No,
Come
no
on.
joke.
Come on, nice.
The big blue arrow on your head?
Yeah,
and the dots that run along it. Yep.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, now it just looks like you're downvoting something.
Yeah, well, he is.
Yeah.
If,
A
Yeah.
blue arrow isn't like
You're
blue
welcome,
arrow
Matt.
pointing down, isn't that like a
You got to post a picture, Matt. I want to see you.
why
Post
not
a
just
picture
two
put it on
online?
the tweeters.
By the way, Avatar is the greatest. Last Airbender is the greatest
Oh, absolutely.
anime. I mean, my kids will argue with me. They're all into One Piece. One Piece, which was like just past its 1,100th episode. Come on, guys, focus.
Listen,
And
One
by
Piece
the way,
is cool.
Gum Gum Fruit No. One Piece is weird. One Piece,
It's
I
weird.
never
It's
got
weird.
into the animation. It's too fucking weird.
But I
but-
like Straw Hat Luffy.
What are we?
but
What are we
he's
in the
cool.
1920s wearing one piece bathing suits?
Sure.
What's going on here?
I wear One Piece.
Come
baby.
on.
And
please.
Full Metal Alchemist, guys.
Please.
These are my recommendations.
Full Metal Alchemist is
Brother Dan, bye.
Well, okay. Well, clearly you're wrong. And here I go. I need a smack. I'm going to smack you down. Here's my list: Voltron,
That's
Go-Go Bots, He-Man.
Go-Go
Wait, what?
It's a
The
Go-Go bot.
Bots. I don't know. The Go-Go Bots.
Do they sing Vacation? All I ever wanted.
No,
Vacation.
He-Man.
Got to
Oh.
get away.
Right.
He-Man.
Tom, did
And
you
then-
get that?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
The Go-Go's bots?
Yep.
Okay.
I used to watch them too.
Thank you. Yeah. We
Yeah.
got the beat. Boom, boom. We
Sorry.
got the beat.
That's perfect. Well done, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
What's your cartoon WrestleMania match? Who do you think wins in the ring, Tom?
In the ring,
Yeah.
Optimus
who
Prime.
versus who?
Well, we're just naming our favorite cartoons. I'm just trying to be clever about it.
I mean, there's only one of them who would win in a ring, and that's Toph Beifong. Wah! The Melon Lord.
Toph!
of Ba-
Oh, we see where Tom is coming from. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So you just lift Toph off the ground and she can't do anything though.
What?
Oh,
She can still control the. She doesn't have to be touching Earth to control
She
it.
does. She has to see. She
No.
sees with her feet. So when their feet is off the
That's-
ground,
that's
she
for the-
cannot. She doesn't know what her surroundings. That's
But
guys.
she can still
That's the
control
oldest
Earth.
trick in the book.
She could still control Earth. She just can't see. But that's fine.
Sure. Yo, yeah. She's just throwing rocks around blindly. Come on.
If you're
Shit.
holding her, she knows where
Shit,
you are.
Tom. Tom, shit.
She knows where you are if you're holding her.
Here's the thing.
There's a flaw in your plan.
I see it. Toph is the bad. Toph is
Listen, Toph
kind
Beifong
of the
will
Fail
own all
of
of them.
this. Of the. All right, next we're gonna do an Avatar
Yeah, but she dresses
Wheel of
like
Time.
a
All right,
Fire Tusk. Like she's got the worst outfit of all of them though.
What?
She's badass. She's my favorite character, but she's clearly though, like just
I like the green. I like the green headband.
She looks fantastic. Everything about
I
it.
think she looks great, and her weird eyes are cool.
Your weird eyes are
And
cool.
she's cool, and she's sassy, and
She
she
is.
doesn't take no guff.
She's easily well, she's not my favorite character. Uncle
Guys,
Iroh
we're
is
gonna
my
take a break. We'll be back with Avatar talk in just a minute.
favorite. Sorry.
In 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
So there's a chapter that Josh might have read. I don't know. Josh, did you read anything this week?
I didn't read anything. No, I read it all 2 weeks ago. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Facts.
got the good idea.
Sussy Josh, I love you.
Yeah, I read some chapters this week.
Yay.
Of the Bible.
Chapter
What'd you-
14 is called Changes, and it has a weird icon.
It does. It is weird. I'm
we
not entirely
learn
sure.
what this icon is probably
A little bit.
later on. It's like a torture device that the Aes Sedai use.
Oh,
The
yeah,
triangle.
The triangle. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was like, what is? I don't remember. seeing
Yep.
That's true.
That's-
Yeah,
yep.
it is the triangle. Oh,
Tom, you
that's-
wanna talk about this chapter with us?
Yeah, let's jump right in. All right. So we start off with it's a no, that's not that's
Tom, I just
I was
gotta
like it's a
say-
land POV, but that's not
Tom, I
true.
don't
It's a
think we could-
Moraine
can't-
POV.
I don't think we could technically be 19 minutes in and then jump right into a chapter. I think we've slow walked. We've moseyed into this chapter like a motherfucker.
Ryan has
true.
jumped in and out like 3 times. He's like, I'm bored. All right. Yeah, that's fun.
Josh,
Very
All
good.
right, they back. Oh, no, I'm out.
what? Everyone's leaving. Don't leave me.
I was running a little
Take me
behind
with me.
today.
It's okay. I won't hold it against you.
So,
Unless you ask nicely.
but time has passed. I mean, so it's not a direct continuation.
no, it's a couple of I think they say a couple of months since they became Aes Sedai at one point.
Right. It seems like it. They've been doing their chores hours.
Yeah.
hours of just shit going on. So yeah, it's I mean, not hours, days and weeks.
Yeah. Well, they so we start off with the Moraine POV. Rafaela and the other sisters are instructing Suana Moraine on the Aes Sedai Blue Logic customs, which is pretty interesting. I like some of the little behind the scenes stuff that we get to see with the what up, Aussie? What up, Wadaholic Aussie? It's my boy. Anyway, I like this the little stuff that they show, but also at the same time, like, no wonder why the Aes Sedai aren't doing very well. Like they don't talk to each other. They keep so many secrets from each other. What do you think about that?
Typical.
Yeah.
They're like
Typical.
It's sort of like the Masons or something. Like each one, it's like the Masons versus the Order of the Eagles versus
the Elks.
The Elks Lodge. Like,
yeah, they're all. It really feels like they're all in their own little groups, and they're very hardly even working together at all.
Well, Tom, even beyond that, they within their own sisterhood. So there are secret weaves that only the Blues know, and she has her own secret that she alludes to that doesn't really say what it is yet, and she wonders if Swan has her own secret weaves as well.
Yeah,
it's about eavesdropping, isn't it?
Yeah, hers is.
I think we learned that in The Eye of the World, but I don't think it's really mentioned here.
We don't mention it. Yeah, but we already know what it is from earlier.
Correct.
We grok it.
Correct. But I wanted you to say it, not me say it, Josh. Good job.
She also references.
I don't know if it's been that long.
For what?
It hasn't been months, I don't think. It's been maybe weeks.
I thought they said the word months at some point. I was listening to it today while I was doing some cleaning.
I mean, they say, so I don't know, again, going back to calendars, I don't know what the Wheel of Time calendar looks like.
It's the same as ours.
The Feast of Lights. Well, no, that can't be possible. It's a fucking
so no, Tom.
Week.
Actually,
I
heard. I think
8-day week.
How
days. Can it be?
Or 8 days?
8 or 10? Yeah, I don't know. It's some other number than 7, so it can't be our calendar.
It's no, but they have the. I think it's the same. I think it is actually the same calendar as ours.
The Feast
Not like
of
they don't have
came to mark the turning of the year.
Yeah, they don't have like February and January, but it's the same. They work off the same cycle as us. There's the same amount of
36
days
months?
in between a year.
As far as we know, the seasons tend to come at the same time, but their marking of it is different.
Yeah, their marking is different. But there's 365 days in a year, or 364 point whatever, because it's Earth.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But then why is a week longer?
Bad math. I mean, we have to have a leap day. Maybe 10-day weeks is the way to go.
I always thought so.
Yeah.
I want to work longer and harder in a week.
Right. And then you only get 2 days off.
Yep.
You work 8 days. Yeah. 8 days a week. That's what the Beatles were singing about.
Oh, I know where
it
I got
doesn't
the word
look like it follows the Gregorian calendar. I mean, I'm just Googling a little bit, and it says that it's actually a 13-month calendar, not 12.
Yeah. They don't time it the same as us, but I mean, there's the same amount of days in a year that there is for us. Like there's only so many. The Earth circles the sun.
There's contradictory references between 7 and 10-day weeks in the text.
That's not surprising.
I don't know how I feel about our first-time reader Googling anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we should.
This is like breaking.
I promise. There's 365 days.
We should all just be nodding and going, "Okay, cool."
I just don't know. I don't know like exactly what they count them as, but there's the same amount of days. The Earth rotates around the sun or orbits the sun in the same amount of time as it does for us.
Well,
anyways, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it depends on how far in the future it is, because that actually will change.
That's true.
But
that is unknown.
The Earth is spinning faster.
So they go through their things. They find out that the head of the Aja is the first selector, which is interesting. I can't wait till you start finding out what they all are called, because they all are kind of interesting. They talk about going into the. Is this? No, yeah, this is it, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. I
They
actually
all are
accidentally
called?
read.
What does that mean?
What?
What do you mean they all are called?
Did I say that?
You said, I can't wait for you to see what they all are called.
Oh, all the heads of the Aja, the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't know what that is yet. Obviously, you know there's heads of the other Ajas, though.
Maybe some of them are democratic and have multiple leaders.
Nah, that's true. Maybe all the sitters. There's 3 heads. They're like a hydra. Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
So it seems like Moraine's what they learn as far as controlling the temperature is more or less controlled breathing.
Yeah, it's
Breathe
weird.
in for
I
5
tried
seconds,
doing
hold
it
it
today.
for
I
5
can't do it.
seconds, hold it out for 5 seconds. No, I mean, if you do it for like 10 seconds, it's hard. But if you do it for like 5 seconds, it's not hard.
I don't think it
Breathe
works
in.
without having access to the one power.
Probably.
Well,
But I tried.
It's not just
It wasn't just
breathe.
ignoring the heat. I wasn't. Forget about the outcome. I was just trying to do the breathing exercise. I could not do it. I almost died.
I feel like we've gotten instances of people non-channelers who were
Yeah, it's not a feat of the one power to do that. Moraine specifically says it in this chapter. That it is not a feat of the one power.
yeah, it just seems like it's basic yoga breathing.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Where did she say that?
Uh-huh.
I don't
I
remember
think,
her saying that.
in like some of the earlier books we
No, it's this chapter. I listened to
oh,
it
is
like
it?
3 times. Yeah. How do you spell navel?
NAVAL.
NAV. I'm doing a control F. There we go. So the mind, although they knew enough of sight hour, at least Moraine could not do it. The method of ignoring heat could be turned. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Is easy enough to do.
Only the mind is truly distance, yes.
Again, I'm trying to read it, but she says it specifically in this chapter. Maybe they're using
Well, they're at the
definitely
Feast
the
of
Eye of the
Lights.
Tiger.
I like this theory.
Feast of Lights, guys. Feast of Lights. We just had the Feast of Lights. It's turning in the new year. Happy Feast of Lights Eve day.
So the mind must be still or unruffled. It was covered in figurines, focusing on a point behind your knee.
I think we're diving into minutia that we can probably
That's
deal
fair.
with another
That's
time.
All right. So they, I promise it's in here somewhere, but I'll find it later. I'll look at it. I'll find it when Dan is doing his chapter.
Dan's leading the chapter.
Yeah. So Suan is getting a little bit more frustrated with all the work that she has to do here, which, she can't do what she wants, so that makes sense for her. And then they notice that the other Aes Sedai that Tamara has set looking for the the boy child, as they call him, are marching out of the tower one at a time. And around that time is when Suan gets interested in doing her job, but also when they bake their pies. So Suan manages to pull off a pretty good fish pie, according to
Is that drinking obligation?
Yeah,
Until she gets sick.
a fish pie.
Yeah.
She gets
Is that
sick
what
like
you-
an
is
hour later.
Yeah, she gets sick a little bit later. Yeah, is that your nickname for it? The fish pie.
I not personally, but
Yeah.
I can see the innuendo.
when
I
I'm
mean,
when I'm visiting certain eastern states.
Only in Maryland.
Yeah,
Only in
anywhere
Maryland.
in Maryland and Maine, you'll hear me use fish pie, but nowhere else.
What's that stuff that they put on seafood in Maryland all the time? Do you put it on your fish pies? When you're
Oh no, I'm talking about after the bar around 4 a.m.
Perfect.
Hey, Josh, did you notice there was a parallel between Moraine's dealing with invitations to the balls
Yeah,
during the Feast of Lights and Rand's invitations to balls in Kyrian as well?
Mm-hmm.
They both just kind of chucked all the invitations in the fire.
Yeah.
He had no
day
idea
stream
what
left
he
for
was
them.
doing, but she did.
Yeah.
She knows it was a dangerous move, but she just couldn't be bothered one way or the other. But Rand had no idea. But
She specifically
kinda like
says a
that little-
dangerous move to make. So
A
it's
dangerous
like,
move to make, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it does say here on page for me 192 that the lane had them to tea several times to ease the strain of the first weeks, as she put it.
Mm. Oh, could that?
Hubba.
Could that be? What do you think that's in reference to, Josh?
1 woman dead and 3 raised to the shawl in the space of 2 weeks. So it's only been a few weeks since they were raised.
there you go. Yeah. No, yeah, I know where I got the word months
Okay.
from. It's in the first sentence of chapter 17 because I was listening to it today and it went
Okay.
past it.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Say that again. I was
To
focused
ease
on
the
something else.
pain, ease the strain of the first weeks. What do you think she's referencing?
What
The
what was
adjustment.
what was the adjustment to being an Aes Sedai? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Between the 3 oaths, the tightness of the 3 oaths, and learning that you actually don't know everything, and
Oh,
learning that you're being judged according to the strength of your power, and
okay. All
On
that.
and on.
Yeah.
That's fair. And also adjusting to the tightness around her
Yeah,
skin.
the tightness around the skin.
Yeah, that's what you did. That was what I thought. But that's cool.
Well, and speaking of the oaths, we see a reaction that the oaths have when Swan tries to say something that wasn't true.
That
It says,
was
quote, she gave a strangled grunt and her eyes popped as the first oath clamped down. Coughing, her face turned pale. She pounded a fist on her chest. Moraine hastily poured a cup of tea.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, but
I
it was
don't think we
minutes
ever-
before Swan could drink, it says.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever up until this point have seen
Witnessed
what
what
that
happens.
actually happening. That was pretty interesting. I liked that.
It's a little akin to the collar and bracelet when the sickness that kind of comes when a woman tries to move the bracelet that's on the peg, or tries to
Vomits
hit,
profusely.
or just that sort. The oath itself, it's almost like an the bracelet. If we see this, it's almost like an involuntary oath that they have to take, because it's kind of a similar thing. I mean, it took her a few minutes before she could even drink.
They never described the bracelet as a feeling of tightness, though. I mean, it is slightly different, but yeah, related.
Yeah.
I mean, just the reaction,
It binds them.
the one power retribution.
It
is
does
what I'm
bind them in
referring
a
to,
way,
yeah.
which isn't. Yeah.
They both
Yeah.
seem to have this like autonomic nervous like response that is
Mhm.
involuntary. Yeah.
They also talk about how they're still not at their full strength yet. And, there will only be a handful of sisters that will be above them once they reach their full strength, which
Mhm.
is an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, I wonder how they know that too. They're like, oh yeah, that woman's older and strong, but I'm gonna be stronger.
Yeah, that's a weird
It's-
concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't.
almost like you have like a power gauge, and then there's like sometimes that like little transparent power
Yeah.
gauge that's a little bit longer. And if you
The way I always try
Yeah.
to describe it to people is everyone has a cup inside of them, and some people's cups are bigger or smaller. So like when they fill
Mhm.
themselves with the power, that's basically how you rate strength. Rand has
Yeah.
the biggest cup,
Mm.
and then some Aes Sedai's cups are bigger. Like they can basically, I know it's weird between like it's very different between men and women. Men like come into their strength way faster. Like they start from the beginning to
So
when they're strong.
typical.
Yeah.
So typical.
And women take a
So
longer
simple.
time to get to their strength, but it's also like safer for them. It was weird. And then women can sense other women's potential, which is weird. I don't know. They never really described that very well, but it's interesting.
Oh, I think Wadaholic here is saying that we missed a drinking obligation. She tossed the
Stiff
stiff
white
cards
cards.
into the. Is that what we're
Stiff
What-
white
Because I'm with you, but I think she's also referring to what we were talking about
I've never referred to it as a card
earlier.
Or stiff.
or stiff. It's very floppy.
Yeah, felty.
All right, guys, this is a true story. So I was in North Carolina in
Do tell.
a place called Plaza Midwood. And this
Giggity.
place is it was kind of a cool place. It had stickers. People put stickers all over like the street signs and whatnot. You know how they do in, urban
Like in Southern
areas.
California, it was all corn stickers. Dan, remember that?
It was corn stickers and go back to Riverside.
And Andre the Giant.
Coog. Stickers. But there was a sticker that said Plaza Midwood, an inch and a half from being full on raging plaza boner.
That's a word.
It was a commitment to a joke that this person made stickers, but yeah, true story.
Yeah. Thanks.
Compelling.
We hear that we see an accepted that does not make it out of the Terrio.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Elid, she summoned,
yeah.
and she Elid. Elid.
I think it's a lead.
Elid. I don't know. ELLID.
I was listening to it today. Is the only reason I say that.
Oh. It says, quote, she simply disappeared and her belongings were taken away.
It's so weird. Like they just go in and then they just don't come out. Like where do they
And
end
they're like,
up?
oops, okay. Well, we
Do
tried.
they get to like live out their little fantasies that they were inside of, or they just cease?
That's a
what do you
very
think? Where'd you
good
go?
question. I like to think that they decide just to hang out,
And they get to live on, like when they shut the Terrio off, what happens? Do they just disappear, or does that little pocket world still exist and they stay there?
I don't know. When I turn off Grand Theft Auto, I turn it back on and it's like daytime, and it was nighttime when I was playing. So I assume he's doing stuff.
Just messing around in there.
He's just doing stuff, making an omelet. Maybe, I don't know, vacuuming.
There's a Josh.
Well, I
Tidying
do
up,
wonder. I mean, if it is Teleranriad adjacent, I mean, we know that the Heroes of the Horn can live on for long periods of time in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Maybe
a very
something
good point.
similar happens. I doubt that any other accepted would ever find them, though.
Yeah, no, because they're
So
on
is
their own
each
little
world
place.
that's spun up by the Terangrial a new iteration?
Well, we know that
Is it a bubble world?
The Aes Sedai
Huh.
who are controlling it influence it in some ways, or
Right.
where they create them entirely. The little worlds,
Mhm.
according to
That's a great question, Josh, because no one speaks about what happens. Like it's part of their code. Like they're like, all right, we will only acknowledge this by nodding and never saying a word of it. And so no one really knows if it's the same experience or not, per se. You would think that with different Aes Sedai controlling the weaves, it may be different, but we don't really know as far as I can read. It could just be the same ceremony over and over again.
Well,
the
Aes Sedai and Moiraine herself, after her test, specifically speak about how each Aes Sedai like takes turns making the scenarios to test them with, and how and they kind of reference that the cruelty of a couple of the scenarios Moiraine went through was at Elida's hand and was a little worse than they usually do to people. Like she says that when she comes out of her test, actually I think it was after she comes out of her test.
Was Elida there?
Was
Elida there when this lady didn't come
know.
out from her accepted
We don't
test?
know.
That's
yeah.
a good question. I don't know. Okay. Do you think?
But I mean, presumably she just died in there. I mean, it's not like the accepted tests where they're being given 3 fantasies that they have to return from, right? This is like 100 weaves they have to complete.
It's 100 different fantasies, yeah.
In the face of danger and capitulation.
It's not
and
just
possibly
danger,
fantasy
it could be,
as well.
Yeah, I mean, like Moiraine says that one of them was a handsome-looking man grabbing her and kissing her.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the spiders came out of his mouth.
Yeah. I wanted to, so the Aes Sedai can see them too. They said so. Like they were talking about what they.
Yeah.
So how do you think they see them? Is there like a TV on the wall or something? Are they watching it? Is it like a Palantir? Like they're looking at it on the ground. A pensive.
Oh, what?
A Palantir?
What are you talking about?
That's the orb from Lord of the Rings
Oh, I thought you were talking
I think
about
that they're
screen.
visualizing it in their minds.
in their minds.
It's being
Tom, I thought
projected
that
in
was a
their mind.
screen on a Peloton bike.
No. Then she might have a heart attack and die.
Look at my Palantir. All right.
All right, so what's
very
up with
little
my
too
Rain
nerdy for
blaming
you.
herself? I'm not superstitious, but I brought ill luck to Tamra,
Yeah.
and she died.
Yep.
That seems like superstition.
She's
also
not
seems like-
superstitious, but she's kind of stitious.
Oh God,
sure
Marissa, when you
sounds-
put it like that. To be a young girl traumatized by her teachers and then told never to speak of it again. that's fucked up. And it's
Yeah,
exactly what happens. It's literally exactly
right.
what happens.
I definitely suspect Rima Galfrey as being possibly a black sister.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the blacks are responsible for Tamara's death. She's not just going to fucking die in her sleep. Like, there's something
Yeah,
going
that was a
on
little
here.
crazy. I was a little, yeah. I was like, "Meh."
So I wonder if the other searchers are just going to start keeling over once they're discovered.
Ooh. Okay. It's just just a bunch of spies going around, putting hits out on Aes Sedai.
Well, Moraine was like, "There's no way these searchers are going to check back into this woman."
Yeah. On a lighter note, when Sheriam gets raised later in this chapter, she points out how Suan manages to get the sixth kiss.
The sixth kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Sheriam has
Sheriam's
to
a
bake
good
her.
cook.
Yeah, she loves to
Nice.
bake. That sounds. I wish we knew what she made now, so that I can get my wife to make it.
Oh,
She made
if
me
you got
honey
the
cakes.
sixth kiss,
Did
if
you
get
make
the
her
sixth kiss me?
did you make her make you honey cake, or did she make it for you out of love?
She made them for me for episode 1 when we did the rewatch.
Oh,
honey cakes.
Nice.
She just came walking in with honey
Nice.
cakes.
Dorbs.
That is love.
It is.
What do you think, Josh, of Moraine's choice of dress during Tamara's mourning period?
Best she
It
could
seemed
do.
like it was a little salacious.
But also the best she could do. It was the closest to white that she had.
Well, it was also
Yeah.
purposeful. It
A
was-
self penance.
Yeah, it was another one of those, Catholic type ritualistic things that Robert Jordan put in here. Mortification of the mind. So she did that purposefully because she knew she wasn't going to enjoy that.
And she felt responsible for Tamara's death.
Yes, Kenneth, Kitty, you should message her and you should send her that message on or comment on her videos on TikTok. She does do the best. She does do the best cooking, Wheel of Time cooking shows on there.
Tamara gets cremated. in
Yep.
her
And her
body.
ashes spread
ashes-
around on the tower grounds, which is just, I feel like that's a little unsanitary.
And then Siren Vayu.
A gray,
Comes-
who's more of a red, apparently. Fires all the dudes in the tower. All of them. Except for the Waters. And puts a red Mistress of Novices and a red Keeper, which was a little sus, if you ask me. A little sus.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds like this what's his name? Castro? Where he says all these things. Yeah, I'm a gray. I've been a gray. I went to school as a gray. My mom died in 9/11 because I'm a gray. And then it's all lies. He's a red.
All lies.
Dun dun dun. And he's a
Says him,
he's
Castro?
a soft, pudgy little red, walking around in his sweater outfit today. Oh,
That sweater. It looks almost
it is
clergy.
not flattering. He should
It's-
use some binder.
he looks like a youthful, ugly Marco Rubio.
with a Michelin tire around his stomach.
Whoa.
F
All
that
right,
guy.
all
No, I'm sorry. I never do that, but F that guy.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
screw him.
Ryan, let's not fat shame the man. Let's just let's just talk shit about his lies now, can we? Actually, wait. This just in. He says he weighs 186. That's a lie.
His driver's license say 300.
It's a lie.
Beautiful.
My favorite thing is he lied about things that are so easily verifiable. I just
Yeah.
Anyway,
He had employees die in 9/11.
we get the very interesting.
4 died at the Pulse nightclub shooting. Yeah.
Yep.
That did not happen.
And he built the Alamo, and he was on the iceberg that sunk the Titanic.
Yeah. Do you know why the Tower of Pisa leans? Because of him.
Yep.
His middle name is Eiffel.
Yep.
Because he has
Exactly.
a enormous penis.
That's also true.
It's also. Oh wait, that was a lie. See, it's
Was
so
it?
hard.
You never know.
He invented the Mai Tai. Uh-oh, did you lose me?
There's a special section of children's clothes in adult sizes just for this person.
Just for him.
Yeah.
He gave birth to the Dragon Reborn too? Damn. I didn't know.
He is the slopes of Dragon Mountain.
All right. So then we get the really interesting part of Moiraine going and doing her charts with the handing out the money, though she does talk herself out of that, which was interesting. Surprising. Though she's instructed to
she
stay
gets
in the
out
tower.
of the gig.
She gets instructed to stay in Tar Valon and then immediately leaves. So there's a bit here. It was back when I was re-listening to the earlier chapters, and it also happens here. It's like they never. These were the opportunities to show Moiraine and Suan's relationship and how they cared about each other, both romantically, sexually, in any way, and it's never even done. Like they're both naked together, getting their dresses fitted, and they're obviously attracted to each other. And neither Moiraine nor Suan never think for a second. Like Moiraine isn't like staring at Suan like, oh, I was distracted. Like it should have been something in there, like, oh, and I was distracted for a second because Suan is so beautiful or whatever.
Yeah, she's like, see ya, Swan.
Yeah, and then in this chapter, it's just bye.
Yeah, and
no one cares.
But with a nod to like, if a long goodbye would make me cry.
Yeah, a little bit. It was just like I felt like, especially people who were so intimate with each other and had such a close relationship, and then all of a sudden it's just like that peace. And this is
so. Let me ask you, Josh. Does Swan know that Moiraine is leaving?
Yes.
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know where I'll be going and in what order.
Okay.
Specific quote.
Okay. Is the term bitter persimmon? Is that a drinking obligation?
It can be if you want it to be.
Give me a context. Give me a context.
All right. So after 3 hours dancing at the club, she wanted me to go down to the basement to get some bitter persimmons.
Got a quarter chub just from that. Totally.
I was delicate, Ryan, but it could have happened.
Okay.
I drank.
Yes, you are.
I don't know why you fight me on these. Just say okay, yes, and. Yes.
It's funnier. It's my role is to be like, why are you doing this?
So
okay.
We have at the end of the chapter here, though, we have a callback to the dude that was trying to look into Moiraine's bank accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just like, yep, yeah, I got an assassin chasing me, probably.
Yeah. I just left my home that I'm so in love with. I have an assassin chasing me. Adventure.
The Amarylline Seed who gave me a mission to go find the Dragon Reborn just died. And I'm on a boat.
Well, and it wasn't even her mission. per se. She was there. She said, all right, well, you guys know what you heard. All right, I'm going to keep you in the loop. And then she sent him off, but that was it. She didn't, she intentionally maybe kept him out of that well of seekers that she sent out. But as far as Moiraine's concerned, she's like, I'm just sitting here approving invoices. She's like, I'm just sitting here rubber stamping. Okay, yeah, this person, boom, 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 and all the while, like all the camps are breaking up. She's like, oh shit, all these people I wanted to kind of investigate are all leaving. This is going to be much harder now. Tamara didn't do her any favors in that aspect.
Yeah.
In keeping her there when she wanted to go out per se. What do you think, Josh?
Sorry, what?
As far as does Tamara more or less say go find this boy? I mean, is that, you don't think so?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but she's off anyways. Yeah, she kept her own notebook. Do you think anyone knows about her notebook? Yes.
Varen.
Okay. Varen?
Who maybe is.
Do you think
under
Elida
the thumb.
does?
I think Varen, though, is under. I've always thought Varen is under the thumb of the Black Aja. I don't think she's a Black Aja herself, but I think she's been turned.
Whoa. Why do you think that?
What I talked about a few weeks ago, that passage that she's obsessed with about the Dark One and the whole thing that happened when what's her name goes and visits her, Rand's ex-girlfriend.
Min?
No, his ex-girlfriend from the Two Rivers.
Egwin,
thank you. When Egwin goes and visits Varen's study and she's given the ring, Varen is like, before Egwin's even out of the room, she starts obsessing over this cryptic passage about the Dark One.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So she was in...
And a lot of things happen when Varen knows about them that lead to Black Sisters doing deeds.
Let me ask then. So Varen and another Aes Sedai, I think it was Alana, but I can't remember.
She was told to be wary of Alana also.
We're in the Two Rivers. So you think that they're both dark? And so why were they in the Two Rivers then?
I don't know if they're both dark. I just think that Varen is somehow under the thumb of the Black Aja. She might not be a Black Aja herself, but somehow they're pressuring her or something.
Okay.
Interesting
theory.
Cool. That's why she was in the Two Rivers, because of that, or because...
Wait, when were Alana and Varen in the Two Rivers?
With Perrin.
Well, I don't know if it was
Alana. Right. When Perrin went back home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's part of when things seem to be correlating with like Varen knowing information and then Trolloc raids happening or whatever, right? Like it was unclear what that connection was.
Okay.
I mean, we know that the White Sister is a Black Aja, who's Elida's keeper of the Chronicle.
Alviarin,
right? Because of her interactions with Mordeth.
Okay.
Go on.
Awesome. I like that path. That's fun.
You're fun, Dan.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I might be the first person to ever tell you that, but you're fun.
You're not.
I think we should go into Canlum.
Canloon.
Yeah. Here is another
finally a land chapter.
Yay!
Oh, bam. We got a, what is this, 12-point buck? That's a 12-pointer right there, boys. Wee-hoo! That boy. It's going to give us some venison. Going to give us some jerky. It's going to give us some steaks.
Sounds good to me.
Into Canloom, right in the first sentence, it says the air of
New
Candor
spring.
held the sharpness of new spring. Yay! We found a correlation. Seen. And this is the land chapter. The land is on his way.
This is where I got it. Okay, sorry.
He's been feeling compelled to go home, but he hung out down south. I mean, he chased Aiel, doing all that stuff, but he's like, this was all bullshit. I need to be back home. He's been gone for 2 years, and he traveled 500 leagues to go back. Shoo!
It's a long way.
That's a long time. He and his main man,
Bukama.
Hakama, is they're riding in. They're both rocking the Hidoris.
And apparently, Valkyrie people have like a stereotype to be violent. Do you think that has anything to do with their weird code of honor and how like they seem to be like at the drop of the hat ready to kill people if they feel like they've been dishonored?
Yeah.
I mean, I get
it's not just Valkyrie, it's Valkyrie specifically who wear the Hidori.
Yeah. Yes, yes, because they're still abiding by the old ways.
It's like a samurai walking into a town, basically.
Yeah.
So they're in pretty much in Candor. There's 4 in land even says there's 4 nations that border the Blight. Candor is one. Do you have actually a Blight map there, Tom? I can read them off. I mean, if you want.
Hold on. I got the full map. In here.
Yeah, there we go.
Where's the full RAM?
And
there it is.
And it pretty much goes. It says, his war covered the length of it from the Aerith Ocean to the spine of the world. Yep. So we're right above Tom's head is the Aerith Ocean.
Yep, right there.
And
then
the
Valkyrie is all the way on the other side over there.
Yeah. So we have let's see, Airfell, Candor, Shinar, and Faldara, it looks like, are the 4 nations.
And then Valkyrie is just north of them.
And Meridon is over there, up there too.
This one also has the Isle Waste on it, which is pretty cool. I like this one. This is Rob. This is Rob Christensen from Weekly Wheel News. This is his.
I would say, Tom. Better yet, it's a Valkyrie was north of them.
Yeah, was.
It was
north of them.
No longer. Yes.
The 7 towers, the 7 broken towers, are still there.
The towers are, but the land is not. It's now been consumed by the waste.
Yes.
Or the blight. I say, not the waste. There's a Lord Varon who is all over the place in Candor. He has the red stag is his sigil, and that is the icon that I showed you earlier. Their guards have helmets with Varen's antlered crest and the red stag on their chest. I was hoping that they would actually have antlers on their helmets, but it looks like it not. Bukama is getting
an interesting fun fact
a little
Mr. Dovie
agitated.
is talking about. Sorry.
What's that?
Mistress Dovie just posted a fun fact.
Oh. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. And that's why Lan pretty much has to like make sure he doesn't get Bukaki starts getting agitated here and spreading his ire across the town here.
Yeah.
So he's walking with Bukaki, and one of the guards says, quote, Outland Mandragora, the light preserve us. We heard you were dead fighting the IEO on the shining walls. Taishar Malkier, true blood of Malkier. I stand ready, Majesty. He's like, Atlan says, I'm no king. And Bukaki's like, what do you stand ready for, bitch?
Before you get too far into that, there was a thing I wanted to ask Josh about.
Oh,
Go for it.
He talks of hearing of a rumor of a man who can channel the one power. What do you think that's in reference to? Because we haven't heard of that yet. Like, and this is the first time we're hearing of that.
This is 20 years before Rand is born.
Yeah.
So,
do you think maybe it's like since the Aes Sedai don't know? I mean, since like if there's the Black Aja looking for Rand, or the Dragon Reborn, maybe they don't know how old he is, so they're just sending out rumors that there's a man who can channel or something. That's the only thing I could think of, because there's no mention of it up until now. Ryan,
I mean,
Tom, do you realize you just asked and then answered your own question?
I said that's what I think.
I think
I'm wondering what he thinks.
I don't necessarily think that. I assume it's just another man who can channel. I mean, I just assumed it was another man who can channel. I mean, we know that false dragons happen from time to time.
Just a weird throwaway
there
line.
Were more men who could channel in 20 years than just Rand.
Yeah.
And the 2 false dragons we know about from the earlier books.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right. So Kandori does have some Aes Sedai in the area. We hear that there's a man who can channel. We assume in the area somewhere. Most of the false dragons that we heard was in Gildon or down south. So this is the first, I think, man that we heard that could channel up in the borderlands that I'm aware of. I may be wrong, but
he mentions here that it's been 3 months since the Amerlin died. So that means it's been 3 months since Moiraine left the tower.
The tower, right?
Yep.
It seems about the amount of time it would take to travel that far.
So Bukaki talks shit to this young guard who's like, yeah, Taishar, man, I'm Malkier. And he's like, oh, yeah? Why do you got bells in your hair? You little boy, where's your Hadori? Why don't you be who you say? Oops, excuse me.
Bless you.
Why don't you be who you say instead of just like you talk the talk, but you're not walking the walk, more or less. And Bukaki's like kind of pissed off. But Land doesn't really say anything. He's like, I'm no king, is pretty much what he says. Then it looks like Bukaki and this guy's gonna go to blows, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to kill any Kadori, but it looks like this is gonna happen." Bukaki's, we're surrounded by men, and a Bukaki
that you
here.
keep calling him Bukaki.
But then this guy, the sergeant or something, an officer, Alan Soroka, comes down and he tells us, Josh, did you know Land's parents' names? The son of El Liana and Al Akir. Blessed be their memories. I don't remember hearing their names before.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we have.
But they remember, at least this guy does in Kandor. And he's like, hey, man, yeah, with this channeling guy, we got bandits, we got strange accidents going on. We're just fucking, people think the shadow spawns loose in the walls. We're just on edge. You got to understand. He's like, yeah, I dig it. It's fine. He's like, we're just here a couple days before we go. And then, but everyone's like still on edge about Bukaki because they're like, well, this guy's a live wire. He may just spray at any time. But no, he yields. He says, my bad. I overreacted. I shouldn't have done what I did. and I promise I will not kill anyone with a sword in your town. And they're like,
He
well,
will
that's
not
probably the
draw
best we're
his
gonna do."
sword, which is crazy.
Right.
Bukaki Marilyn, the hero of Selmarna. So he has his own little title even. And he's like, yeah, I won't kill anyone with my sword, I promise. And they're like, okay, good enough.
Hey,
for
Doobie
me.
Beth.
Your,
What up, Beth?
your word is your bond? Okay. So they go inside. They're going towards the big palace. But they take a side street.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about water bonding beforehand because he sees some Aes Sedai and he's like, well, shit, this Hidori is a freaking Aes Sedai magnet. They love the Hidori. It says, quote, the Hidori could be enough to attract the interest of a sitter seeking a water. Supposedly they asked before bonding a man, but he's like, but who would give us his freedom to trot at an Aes Sedai's heels unless there was more to it than asking?
As
So,
in some bedtime shenanigans.
Ooh.
or I mean, but this is also kind of what like
Money and glory.
But it's also what Nynaeve was like. Well, look at you, you're just an Aes Sedai little dog. He's like, well, no, there's more. But so he's assuming that there's more here too, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he
so
can't
they
see
go-
why anyone would do it.
Yeah. They go. The stag stand is the hill that the main palace is on. But they they take the side street. Here is this a drinking obligation, Ryan? Do you have your mic? I'm just gonna say the phrase balls and hunts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
I'll take it.
Yes.
So balls and hunts.
Two things you do with your sword.
Mhm.
So they pretty much just go they don't go to the Lord's house. They're going to the back half, and he's like, well, we need to hone our shit. We've been soft in the south, and Bukaki is acting weird. I need to snap his shit out of this reveries in or whatever.
Kassane. So what is the Kassane? Is it like a bindi dot?
Yeah, it's like a bindi dot, yeah. It's painted on and it signifies marriage. It's almost the exact same thing.
In pledge, they would swear their sons to oppose the shadow while they breathed.
They would get it once they were married to show that they will pledge any sons.
But I mean, essentially what this chapter seems to be saying is that although there are people that identify as Malkiri, they have abandoned their Malkiri ways. And Lan even thinks, well, the land is gone, but a nation is land and memories. So if memories then go, is a nation there anymore, more or less?
No.
You know, I don't know. Is there anything I missed in this chapter, Josh, before we jump into the final one?
This sentence here, he could ignore the false smiles while they named him Alan Daishan, diademed battle lord and uncrowned king of a nation betrayed while he was still in his cradle. It's a weirdly written sentence. Diademed means wearing a crown.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an uncrowned king.
Lord. The crowned battle lord.
An uncrowned king. It's just a... I don't know whether it's well written or if it's badly written, but it's written.
Yeah, I don't.
It's written.
It's both.
I don't really know.
I think I understand. I think.
I mean, the Hidori is a diadem as well, right?
That's so. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So I'm
that's right.
guessing
But
it's a
could
double
Diadem could
entendre
also
playing on
be
that.
could Diadem also be considered an heir, or is it an actual
I'm pretty sure
object?
it means like a crown or bejeweled.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
so there's three definitions. One is a crown, but that's diadem. Diademed could be royal dignity or authority, and it could
Royal power,
also
dignity.
and it also could
Okay,
just be
so
an
like an
ornamental
heir, per se.
headband. So that
and
sounds like
ornamental.
the
So
headband.
that's the Hedori, right?
Yeah.
No,
But
don't.
royal dignity or authority also sounds like it could be in there.
Right, because Bukaki wears the Hedori as well, as far as I'm.
I love how
Can't.
this old guy with the split beard still hit like the groove from his Hedori is still there, even though he
Still
hasn't
there,
worn
yeah.
it for years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in his head. Oh, what is it? Nazar, yeah.
Nazar, yeah. Nazar, Curin, and
So this has to be an odd scene for Lan to come back to this area where people are still identifying as it's like, I guess, let's say you go back to you go
I
to
grab a beer. I'll
New
be right
York,
back.
and there's a bunch of Irish people, like, but they're not. I don't know how to say it, but they don't seem authentic to him to a certain degree, I guess, right? Or at least to Bukaki.
They've rejected their heritage.
It's not rejected. It's just assimilated to Kandor.
See, this is the thing that gets me about this like logic that he's using for this. So he's pissed that they're like wanting to bring Malkir back from the dead, and like, you can't bring something that's back from the dead, be it land or man. But then he's upset that they're not embracing the life of Malkir. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have them maintain being Malkiri, but also say that Malkiri is never coming back and that they should just let it die. Like, what? I feel like
Right.
poorly
You can't. Yeah,
done.
you can't have it both ways. I mean,
Well,
just-
isn't it
but I
sort
guess-
of like cultural Judaism? I mean, like, he wants them to adhere to the culture, but he doesn't want them to be attached to the idea of the nation.
I mean, I guess maybe, but it still just feels very contradictory.
It doesn't feel contradictory to me. It feels dualistic, but not contradictory.
Fair
to
enough.
me.
well, especially when we consider his whole thing in this next coming chapter of
Oh yeah.
duty is a mountain,
Duty.
death is a feather. That whole thing where he never brought Bukaki into battle. He never told him. He never led.
He never
people.
led. But
Yeah.
Lan is also, he doesn't want other people to suffer the burden he wears. Right? I mean, that's the thing. It's like, he doesn't want people to abandon the memory of their country, but he also doesn't want them to wear the burden that he does.
Yeah. Well, it was mostly Bukama that I was ranting about. But yeah, no, Lan doesn't want to. He doesn't want to lead people. He's okay with people following him into the Blight, but not leading them into the Blight. Like, he'll be like, if you want to tag along and kill Trollocs, that's fine. But I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
lead
what it
you.
seems
It's of
like
your
with
own. It's of your own accord. The war
Yeah.
exists only within him,
Yeah.
not within the land,
Yeah.
and not within the people.
All right. Well, let's jump into chapter 16.
The deeps. They're rolling in it right now.
Deep,
They're rolling in the deeps.
deep.
So we start right off with Bukama being seized by the ears and kissed thoroughly, and then punched in the face, and then kissed again.
Yeah.
At the Blue Rose, baby.
Oh yeah, the blue rose. That's what is that what you call it when they get really old?
Yeah, I think that's a drinking obligation.
Or no, was there a waffle there? I don't know.
The blue
Should I just
waffle?
stop? Yeah. Don't Google that. Don't Google it.
I don't want to,
Don't
but
do
I
it.
kind of want to.
I'm there with you, Mistress Dovie. She knows exactly how to get right to his heart. It's through his face with both her mouth and her fist.
Yeah, 6 years without a word.
Which is funny
here's
because
the
it's
drinking obligation, Tom.
yeah.
This phrase, standing bent over and letting her do as she wished.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
That sounds
almost
that sounds like my Sunday night.
Yeah.
almost you gotta like finish your drink for that one.
My drink is very large, so I'm not going to do that. I'll take a big drink.
Josh, you're not gonna drink? It doesn't get better than that one. Josh?
All right,
What?
so I googled
Sorry, I was
bukkake.
reading.
So I looked up. Hey, I googled bukkake, and I have a question. If you're if you're the one getting all of the action on you, are you the bukkake?
Or the bukkaker.
Yeah, who's getting like bukkaked? Is what I'm wondering. Is like the jokes on the actual the circle of doing it?
It's a noun, not a verb.
I think
It's a noun, not a verb.
it's a noun.
Not a verb.
Yes.
What is the action? So the
Language is important, Ryan.
So okay, so it is a noun describing just the sperm covering.
No, Ryan, I'm with you. It could be a verb.
I thought you do.
They
bukkake, or they.
That's like saying Rome can be a verb. Or Paris.
What?
It's a noun.
I'm confused.
I don't know. It sounds like an action. It seems like an action.
You seem like an action.
It seems like an action word.
Your face seems like an action word.
Fast. So I'm fast.
Yeah, it's the act. It's not the result. So yeah. So okay. That makes sense. No.
So what? So now you have to dub it. What's the name of the result?
Ryan doesn't even talk on screen. He's so embarrassed by this conversation.
It's true.
No, I'm running out of power. I had to turn my camera off. So yeah, this should be fixed by next week. Sorry, guys.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's.
Okay. So
stay on the topic.
there's a zither being played. A lot of pipe smoke. A lot of kissing and punching. And then, another woman comes up and tells Lan she's going to make him forget about everything. And
Lyra's down to fuck.
oh, yeah, she's DTF. She's totally DTF. And I like how he's like, she'll find out I am not shy when I get into bed.
Right. She's like, hey, Lan's like, oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah. I guess I got to fuck her now or I'm going to make her feel bad. That's basically what he says.
He's like, she'll stab me if I say no.
Yeah. And then nothing else exciting happens in this chapter, right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, they meet another Malkiri, Rhine, which is a weird name. He has bells in his hair, bells on his shoes, bells everywhere. And then
I'm Ryan's brother Dan.
Yeah. And then they get attacked by 6 dudes. And Lan kills all of them.
Hold on. Let's talk about the golden crane being raised, though, Josh.
Oh, right. Yeah, my bad.
Is that? You mean? Is that when Lan lost his virginity?
Yeah. What is it called? I forgot. It's like someone to see.
Oh, I don't even know how to really describe it.
Carnera, Caneria, Canera, Sanira. I fucking was listening to it today and I don't remember.
I just thought it's funny the raising the golden
Carnera. So it's Carneira.
Yeah.
Carnera.
It's
Chimera.
it's his
Chimera.
de-virgining person. But see, it's a little gross because she was apparently like more than 30 and he was 15. So a little gross.
Tons of gross.
But they become men at the age of 10, right?
That's when they get their
He
sword.
did.
But that's only because he specifically says he did it a little early.
Well, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
So
an early
Lady
bloomer.
Arel, who's her name is Eden, Edeyn,
Edeyn,
Edeyn.
Mhm.
I say Eden because she was the first. She quote unquote raised the golden crane in your name. She has been from Falmaran to Meridon and coming back now. She says there may be 200 or 300 men right here in Kaloum ready to follow her. I mean, some you'd not believe, all ready to call Malkier out of the blight again.
But apparently,
Land's
she
like,
only
"What
raised the
dies in
crane.
The blight is gone.
Apparently, she only raised the crane once she thought he was dead, which was interesting.
Right.
She wants
They
to be in
mentioned
control.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this sort of like pederasty or like whatever the female version of pederasty is
Yes.
from like
Yeah, that's
ancient
Mother
Greek
Nasty's
culture?
called
I
Mother
think it's still pederasty.
It's Mother Nasty.
It's still pedophilia.
No,
It's
pederasty is-
pederasty because he's a
Really?
teenager. Pedophilia is below teen.
I see.
There was a stand-up guy that explained that. It was hilarious because he's like, you can't because you sound like a pedophile when you explain it. It was really funny. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You're like, no. I'm only a pederast.
Yeah, I'm totally. It's better. Ugh, it's so great. Like there's
not
too
as
much.
bad.
There's way too much underage sex in this stuff.
It's called chorophilia, actually, when a woman takes a younger boy under her wing.
Under her wing.
Cougaphilia?
That's what chorophilia. KOROPHILA.
Are they referring to her wing as her vagina? They're like.
Well, that's just what you call pederasty
labia.
too. Their metaphorical wing. To
They're
teach them the
cougars.
ways of love.
Fair enough.
Cougars with no boundaries.
Still
Well,
gross.
I think we had a little more into the psychology of this man, Landmount Dragon. The steely face, hard as nails. Well, right, like this man was.
He's not steely faced. He's stony faced.
He was fucking cougar-assed way too early. Right, he was cougar-assed way too early by this woman twice his age. That's traumatizing.
Yeah.
And apparently that is, once that happens to a man, Josh, a young boy, there is some sort of ownership or some weird connection that is a lifelong thing, it sounds.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Your chimera always has a piece of your soul.
Well, there's that, but also I will remind everyone that the minute that Land could get away, what did he do? He bounced.
He pieced the fuck out. Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't like this. I'm young. I'm too young for this shit.
We don't know that he didn't like it.
He's now gonna.
He just loved war more.
Hey, look at his face. He loved war more.
He loved war more than.
Nothing gives him a
Hard
bigger
to argue
boner
with that.
than going to kill Trollocs.
Yep.
Okay.
He just loves.
right.
Only
killing
one
trolls.
thing gets me harder than you, Eden. And that's cold steel through an opposition's heart.
Speaking of cold steel through someone's heart, Land does that very thing in a couple of pages.
Oh yeah.
He forces. He gives Bukama that like an order. He says, "Armsmen, get in the thing and bar the door." And he listened, which was kind of crazy.
Right. And it seemed like it was just Land's intuition. He's like, these guys are just walking, but they're walking with purpose. Or
Oh yeah, he knew. He just knew.
He's like, they're not bad, but they're bad.
He knows when people are trying to kill him.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, yeah, you once or twice.
But these guys are just like,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, they're doing like the Men in Tights routine. They're just like dancing around, being inconspicuous.
No, I'm just doing this.
So going back to
Tights.
the golden crane, the detail I had written here, isn't the golden crane what's on the signet ring that Nynaeve carries of Lands?
Yes, and actually he takes
She
that
describes
signet
it in
ring
the Great
out.
Hunt, right?
Yeah, and he's fingering the signet
He's
ring
fingering
also.
the signet ring. Yeah.
I was gonna say, we actually don't know if these guys really were out to kill him. Land could have this could be self-defense.
No, they draw their swords before he does.
They draw their swords before he does.
Yeah.
If
It
you
is
saw- if you
self-defense,
saw
Ryan. Maybe
him-
that's not what you meant to say, but
Yeah, maybe these guys were walking. They're like, "Oh, look at this dodgy dude. He seems all tense.
He looks like he wants.
Huh,
he
what's
looks
up
like
with
he
them?
wants
Oh,
to
yeah,
kill us.
it's a fight.
He's looking at me all cockeyed. We better pull our swords out and kill him. That's
Look at
totally
this dude with a
I
Hadori.
think he Han Soloed him.
a Hidori Hanzo.
He Han Soloed him. He fucking land soloed him. He shot first.
He land soloed.
No, see, Han Solo didn't shoot first. He was the only one who shot.
He was, yeah.
So the leopard in high grass. I mean, Lan is perceptive of what's about to happen long before it happens.
Yeah. He's fighting and battle is so ingrained in him that his subconscious was able to recognize the threat and
The threat.
he
Once
was
he
able to move
learns
into it.
about, once he learns about Aiden RL,
Mhm.
it's like it all just.
Yep. So my favorite part of this is how after the fight, Ryan comes running out once Lan has killed everybody, and is like he like sick like a couple of
Six.
times. He's like 6,
Right.
6.
You badass motherfucker.
I guess I'm coming with you now. I'm gonna stick with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, Josh, to your point that you've made consistently, we once again see time, quote,
Slow down in the battle. Yeah.
Mhm.
flowed like cool honey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
What do you make of the gray lark that is...
Yeah, that's an interesting quote. Yeah. Let's see. A gray lark warbled on the edge of the stable roof. Gray larks came even before robins in the spring.
Hubba.
Gray larks had been singing in Falmoran when Eden first whispered in his ear.
And then
And they're
later
singing
we
now.
have the gray lark sang, and the lean man shrieked as cutting the clouds removed his right hand at the wrist. There was another gray lark mention in this chapter at all. So did you have any thoughts as far as why RJ decided to add this bird into this fighting?
I thought it's because what it says here, that the gray lark sings before the robins come in the spring. Robins are like the bird that signifies true spring.
Ah.
The gray larks are still the winter bearing down.
They're the new spring.
They're the yes. It's like the gray larks signify the winter, which is the war that he's just been in, and his past, the true winter of his life, emerging in this scene. That's how I read it. As opposed to spring, which is like the blossoming of the next thing, right? This is the like historical capitulation of all that baggage of the winter and of the past. That's how I read it. But
I love that.
I'd love to hear other people's thoughts too. I mean, that's just how I read it.
No, it's a good point.
I don't think a gray lark is a real bird, is it?
Gray lark? I don't know. I mean, it might be a real bird, but that might not be its real name.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I read it honestly as his association with the gray lark, with this Eden,
This woman. Mm-hmm.
and
it's all just like
right, like so the combining of that sort of
it is a bird.
Oh,
Gray's lark is a bird.
Yeah.
Gray's lark.
Yeah, not gray lark, but Gray's lark.
We having Google offs. This is a weird episode, guys. We're Googling everything.
Ryan, I'm too busy to Google. I don't Google shit.
I asked my friends.
But then that would be the end of the chapter. There is when they decide to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and they had it where Lan says that he has to get down and confront Elaine, or Eden, or Edane.
Edine. Yeah. I don't know. Eden. Let's have fun with Eden. What was your favorite I think kissing the adder should be a drinking obligation, but I'll read them out here and you tell me your favorite sword form. All right, Josh? We have cutting the clouds, soft rain at sunset, black pebbles on snow, the rose unfolds, giggity,
Ooh.
Rose
a
unfolds.
dandelion
Yeah.
in the wind, kissing the adder.
I think the rose
What's your
unfolds.
favorite? The rose unfolds. What's your
I think
favorite,
so.
Tom?
Well, I mean,
Ooh.
I want to know what you think it is.
Out of just that list, or
Out of just that list, yeah.
definitely the rose unfolds.
I
Or
like
no,
cutting the
kissing the adder.
clouds.
Kissing the adder is also.
Kissing
Also
the adder, I
good,
like
yeah.
in other contexts. I like cutting the clouds in death, though.
Oh yeah, I'm all black pebbles on white snow.
I like that
Giggity.
too.
Black
That's
pebbles
good
on white
also,
snow.
yeah.
Yeah.
In other
Is that
words,
when
What
you
ear
is
poop in the
turds.
that,
snow?
Ryan?
Is that when you
Ear
poop in the snow?
turds.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
imagine what that would look like. What is that move?
What is black pebbles on snow? Yeah, guys in chat, all 11 of you, and I love each and every one of you. And
Describe
happy New
it.
Year, and thank you.
Someone
for being
describe
with us.
it.
Someone describe black pebbles on snow for me, please.
Mm-hmm. And any scatological jokes will be immediately deleted by me. Just kidding.
I mean, Ryan, I almost want to do a sword form battle.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
Though
Almost, though. Your
I like.
battery is-
I do like how he. Not to get off, like, to be serious for a second. I do like the way he, does the fight scenes with these sword forms, where he doesn't really describe the fighting. He just kind of does the sword form and leaves it up to the interpretation of the reader to build it in their head. I kind of like that.
I think that's very clever as well.
Yeah.
Because it does go along with the whole dance oeuvre that
Oeuvre.
really good fighters have.
Yep.
And so it's almost like he's doing just choreographed moves, you know, like and karate. Ryan had mentioned the karate about a month ago, as far as, like, you know, sword forms being almost like karate, you know, these forms that you have to learn. But with a sword, it's, you know, I guess it becomes more instinctual and deadly. You know, I really like it. That's a good point, Tom.
I don't. I still don't like
Really?
it. I've never liked it. I don't like sword form to describe a battle that I can't picture it, and I've
I like
never
it.
liked it. Never once.
Do you like kung fu movies, Ryan?
It's just, you know, like every other boy born in the 70s.
Of course I do.
I
love
don't
kung fu
know.
movies
If you can't understand a battle described
Do
in
you
sword
not?
forms, you don't like kung fu movies. I'm sorry.
Kung fu movies.
Well,
are,
I like
You don't
kung fu
like them
movies
enough.
That's fair.
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, just your question. Like, do I like kung fu movies? I watch the movies. I see what's happening. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is like, oh, like a cat does this and a dog does that, and then a guy loses
But
an
you
arm.
don't.
Oh,
But
great.
you don't need to imagine. You don't need to know the specifics. Just know that they're doing function. You know, they're like moving.
I don't want to imagine sex. I want to see the sex.
No. Well,
I-
that's the failure of your imagination.
That's why
Yes.
Game of Thrones is rad, and then it wasn't. Just kidding.
I mean, I don't know. I think sword forms are sort of like Tai Chi. Like, you just imagine them moving, flowing through these forms like they would in a good kung fu film. I mean,
I will kill
I
you with
totally see
slow,
it.
rhythmic.
I do too. I don't need to know what the specific forms are.
What's your
in
favorite
order
kung
to be
fu
able
movie?
to imagine?
Mine's Evil Cult. It was Jet Li's first movie. It was hilarious.
I like the
Mine's
Probably
Cannonball
some
Run.
Jackie Chan movie.
movies.
Oh,
The
like
Cannonball Run is a Jackie Chan movie.
Rumble in the
I don't know
Bronx.
specifically which one, but
Drunken Master.
yeah, Drunken Master.
Mr. Nice Guy. Who Am I?
I like the one where he does the stunts.
Oh yeah. That one's good.
That's
All of
my
them.
favorite.
All of them.
Yeah, that's my favorite. The one where he does like the stunts. Yeah, man. Huh.
The Legend of the Monkey King. Drunken Master
Amazing.
2.
Amazing. He did stunts in those?
Police Story.
Yes.
I mean,
Was that with Chris Tucker?
No. Oh man, there's one movie where he gets thrown like against a Street Fighter machine and then it explodes and the two people he's fighting turn into Dalsim and Zangief and he turns into Chun-Li. So he's wearing the Chun-Li
What?
outfit.
I remember that, yeah. Have you ever seen a Lone Wolf and Cub film? Those are like some of the best kung fu films ever made.
Did they kiss the adder?
It's a kung fu master and his child who's inside of a stroller. That's the Lone Wolf.
Yes.
And they battle. Yeah, it's just like.
Oh man, when that little baby like just caught the ninja dart going out towards his face was so cool. Little baby.
And the baby's like, "You thought you got me, but I got you back."
Yeah.
And you're like, the baby has a deep voice. Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Perfect. So anyway, and then the chapter ends. And that was the end of the chapter. Yeah. He kills a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. So it looks like Lan and Bukkake and Rhine now are.
Why does Bukkake have to leave Sunlands?
Because he have a bruised foot and they have to. It's not.
Oh yeah, he can't ride fast enough. Yeah. Right. Good callback.
A bruised hoof, a stone bruised hoof, or something. He says.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, Lan is like, all right, I'm gonna have to set Eden straight. It says, "quote unquote." Either way, he had to face Eden. The blight would have been much easier, but he knows that all paths lead to this woman who is calling banners his banner.
So
Golden Crane.
Elan Daishan, right? Is what they named
Elan
him.
Daishan.
So she would become Eladin Daishan.
He says.
Your name brings men, but with you dead, she could be El Aden.
Yeah, El Aden. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, L. Yeah, because on AN is masculine and EL is
female, the queen or whatever.
In the old tongue, yeah.
Right.
Lie Eden.
Funny story. I actually was emailing Alan recently because I needed his help with old tongue, and he gave me that bit of information. That's why I remembered that.
Oh, the Al versus L?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Alan's a great guy. I'm glad that he responds to emails like that. That's great. We had him on. Oh, go ahead.
No, you finish.
We had him on our Watchnary, and every time he came on, he told a puppet joke.
Oh yeah, he's the master of puns.
So funny, like every time, and he did that stunted delivery. Oh God, I was dying. He was so funny. He was the funniest guy I've ever seen.
Him and his wife are two fantastic humans. I love them very much. Amy's an amazing artist. Also,
we met her briefly. She jumped in a little bit, but yeah, they seem like the ideal couple.
Yeah.
Josh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love this passage about Lan's 4 gifts. A ring in his hands and the locket that hung around his neck, the sword on his hip and the oath sworn in his name. Locket the most precious,
oaths are
the oath the heaviest. Yeah, it's a cool image of...
Yeah.
So that locket around his neck, is it a little painting?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's not a picture.
No, it's like that, like how they do like that, like around on a grain of rice. It's just like they etch their faces on a grain of rice.
That's kind of small.
Mm-hmm. It's a little locket.
I love also how Bukkake's like, well, yeah, I got you a pallet here, and well, yeah, I'm staying in her room. But no, you're gonna stay in Lena's
You won't be
room.
using that pallet anyway. So
yeah.
Free love, baby.
So jocular.
So they walk into town and they're just like swinging dick.
And
Well, it's
killing
just so
things.
different than the two rivers, right? Like
Yeah.
free love here and like ostentatious sexuality versus the two rivers, you know, puritanical ways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where the men punch the women and then get what they want.
The oaths are to stand against the shadow so long as iron is hard and stone abides, to defend the Valkyrie while one drop of blood remains, to avenge what cannot be defended. And he had been anointed with oil and named Daishan, consecrated as the next king of Valkyrie, and sent away from a land that knew it would die. It's a cool line.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
I felt a little. I don't know why when I was reading it, but when I was reading it, I didn't like how
Sword farms?
fighty. No, like Bukama and Lan were just at the drop of a hat. They were just like, yeah. Well, I guess I might have to kill these people for being disrespectful. Like, I don't know. It was just a little.
Well, even here, once Bukaki like mentions Eden,
even Lan's like about to like go after him.
Yeah.
Right. Bukaki had the right of a free tongue, even when it touched Lan's Kyrena. Yeah. Yeah.
It was just
but otherwise, Lan would have
much.
Lan would have wet a bitch right then if he mentioned that woman's. He's like, keep my first fuck's name out your mouth.
Yeah, he's so Karri and
with to get up and slap him right in the face.
I'm gonna slap you. Keep it out your mouth. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, Josh, in these 3 chapters?
No.
All right. I am not the most organized, so I'm looking to see how many chapters we're doing next week. I say we let's see, 17, 18, 19. I think let's do, we're doing 4. 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Okay.
That's not that many. It's 40 pages.
40 pages.
It's not, that works. That tracks.
And then
all right.
21 through. So we basically have 3 more shows.
Yeah, I think 18 is pretty short. Yeah.
18's really short. Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, these will
20 is actually pretty short too.
Little pinners.
Yeah. Little pinners. You can pick your teeth with a New York joint.
I'm gonna miss Lan's points of view. I do like reading his chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's an interesting character.
And Maureen's
too.
Because she's dead.
What's his horse's name at this?
Maureen's not dead. She can't be dead. I don't believe it.
What is it?
There's no fucking way that Maureen is dead.
I mean, that's what they said about Eddard Stark too.
Yeah, well, this is
what they said about Jeffrey
before
Epstein.
They started doing that kind of stuff.
It's true.
Good point.
That is a very post 2010 approach to a story. Naughties.
I guess
just pull the rug out from underneath the reader.
Raffo.
Yay! There's no fucking way Maureen's dead.
We'll talk one time about who do you think will die, but I don't want to do it right now. We'll wait a little bit, but we'll see. Who do you think will die in the series before?
I hope Nynaeve will die, but probably not. She's probably too fucking important. She's so powerful. Blah blah blah. God, she's
hope Nynaeve dies.
Ugh, I hate.
You hope she dies.
I do.
Dies, not like falls down, gets embarrassed, gets the hives. No,
I don't want to ever
Gets
read.
embarrassed.
I don't. If I ever have to read another Nynaeve point of view again, I will puke.
Okay, well, you got one fan, but also this fan wants Perrin to die too, which
Yeah,
is
I like Perrin though.
yeah.
Perrin's
See,
awesome.
you can't
See,
get what you
yeah,
want.
Josh doesn't want Perrin to die.
And Kenneth, our new friend Kenneth, loves Nynaeve apparently.
No, we just lost a viewer. Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
Sorry, Kenneth.
Knucklehead.
No one has to think what I think. That's the good thing.
Stands all over the place.
I can be completely wrong. And
Yes,
am.
Cater to the
each
people,
episode we're
Josh.
proving this time and time again.
I also don't like Nynaeve. I agree with you.
Fucking
Yeah, no.
yeah. Well, I don't like
Thank you,
sword
Tom.
forms. Yeah, let's keep going. I don't like sword forms. I thought that was dumb. You didn't like
That's-
Nynaeve.
Hey,
I
well,
don't like mustache. I don't
listen,
like mustaches.
I didn't
Ryan.
say Nynaeve was dumb. I said I
Neither
didn't
do
like
I.
her.
It's genetic.
Sword forms
Oh.
aren't dumb. You just don't like them.
All right, Ryan, I'm battling you right now, sword form. 3 sword forms. We are doing 3, and we're determining who is the winner. And Tom, you can guys, all 4 of you. We are in a pizzeria.
Okay.
Sword form
Okay.
battle goes. I am throwing at Ryan. I am doing a pizza toss and catching it with one hand.
What's it called?
What's it called? Yeah.
A pizza toss, catch with one hand.
Okay.
Did I stutter?
It's very
I may
blunt.
have. I stutter.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'll follow up with it. Do you want peppers with that?
Okay. Tom?
Oh, you want me to do one?
Yeah, sword form battle. Yeah, in a pizzeria. Describe.
Wow, that's a tough one. The meat takes unfolding the meat into the calzone.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfolding meat and calzone. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Josh?
I do the unfolding the meat into the calzone. Into
We're
your
doing
face.
one more each, so think up.
Wait, what? What am I doing?
Sword
I was
form
not paying
battle.
attention.
Related.
I'm battling
We're
too?
all in it.
We're all
But we're
battling.
on a pizzeria. Yes.
We're all in a
Oh.
pizzeria together.
Stretching the dough.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Josh.
Okay.
Oh shit. All right, I'm doing butter parmesan crust.
Oh, okay. I'm doing the. I'm cleaning the snot bar, the snot screen on the salad bar.
Man, I should have been thinking this whole time and not just paying attention to what you guys are saying.
We're disappointing Josh so badly. Right?
The sauce that shakes
you,
the
Tom.
willow. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
The shake the parmesan.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna spread the parmesan over the plains. That's what it is.
Josh, go for the kill. Go for the kill.
Checking the leathery crust.
Oh my God! I lost an arm. Oh, Robert.
I'm bleeding.
Josh, you're the victor. Good job.
No garlic nuts, huh?
You're a
Garlic
pizza
nuts.
master. You're a pizza master. You're not a blade master. You're a pizza master.
MaTsDaGger is the pizza
Not untrue.
master.
Pizzaiolo. Pizza tier.
MaTsDaGger is a fan of the. Yes. Thank you, my friend, and happy New Year to you, man.
Okay, wait. We got some. Wait. So chat was battling with us. Let's see what they say. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they destroyed us.
Baker fires the stove.
Okay, I like that.
Nice.
Slicing the pepperoni.
Okay.
Hunter licks his arrow tip.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That-
Hopefully it doesn't have frog poison on it. Poison dart
Yes,
frog.
yes. The famous frog
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Cheese
Cheese softens crust. Oh, I like that. Oh,
Ooh,
that
that's a
might
good
win.
I'm hiding the sausage.
I'm hiding the sausage.
Squeezing the pepperoni.
Squeezing-
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
FartVader.
Apparently, Josh won.
Josh did win. Yeah.
Josh wins. Yes, Josh.
I'm gonna
will
pack
win.
I mean, I do make
Ravioli
pizza regularly.
all over your
so-
face.
String Flame came out well, though. Josh, I've had your pizza.
Stretching
Yes,
the
you
dough.
have.
I
Oh,
give it a few stars.
few.
Just a few.
What's out of 1? The max out of 1 star or 0, I give it a few.
Awesome.
Guys, we got to do sword forms more often. It's been a while.
I'm down.
It's been a while.
I think that was the first time we finally did it correctly, brother Dan.
We got
Like actually naming them instead of just like weird shit.
rating the cheese with
Instead of just
chunks.
moving your puppet in a strange way.
No, that's later on in bed, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is Kay around?
Yes.
No, she's angular.
Nice. Well, you should tell her that our viewer count has fallen precipitously off a cliff since she left.
I will.
Yeah.
I
The
know.
hair.
Like, we need a hot chick on here
Kay brings all
everybody's-
the boys to the yard,
for everybody's
and her
benefit.
life is better than yours.
She's got all the milkshakes.
Do what we can. I know. Do what I can. That is very nice of you, though. I will pass it along.
We miss her.
Tom, your water cloak has been noted.
That's how I vanish. That's how I leave.
Let's coffee ad and get the F out of here.
Hey guys, do you want to just bukkake us out? Yeah.
What are you gonna splash over?
No, you're right. Bukkake is not a verb.
Away the Leaf are proud to be partnering with Tourist Hat Coffee Company. Tourist Hat Coffee Company is a family-owned business with a strong belief in giving back to the community. Tourist Hat Coffee Company is a social purpose business whose mission is to bring people the absolute best in small batch coffee while supporting children at home and around the world. And if you go to touristhatcoffeecompany.com and use the promo code LEAF2022, you'll get 5% off your entire order. We hope Tourist Hat Coffee Company becomes your family's coffee of choice. Remember, a part of each order goes to an amazing charity and helps allow us to continue doing this show each and every week. So go to touristhatcoffeecompany.com and use promo code LEAF2022 and receive 5% off your entire order.
That's
Taurus
right.
hat. Let's
Woohoo! Tourist Hat
guys,
Coffee.
everyone in 2023.
I had some yesterday. It was good. It was
right.
good coffee.
Everyone in 2023, get some Taurus hat. Try it. Just try it once. And if you don't like it, you know what? Let me know. I'll send you $12.
If you like like Colombian roast, like that's what it reminds me of.
What-
it
wait.
the Rwanda or what?
Wait, the
no,
Colombian
Tanzania.
roast, that
The
reminds me
Tanzania
of
was
Colombian roast?
Huh?
Wait, you said it reminds you of Colombian roast?
Yeah. Like if you go to like most coffee places, they have like, Brazil, Colombian, and like is the different types of roasts. Colombian's like a mid roast. It's not a dark roast. It's like a mid.
Ah, okay.
Right. Most artisan coffee tends to be brighter. It's like the more janky the coffee I've learned, the dark, because I like dark roast and like fancy places. They're like, yeah, we don't really have a dark roast.
Yeah, nobody does dark roast because you can't really taste the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
loses-
spend all that money
it all-
on
All
beans.
dark roasted beans pretty much taste the same.
Yeah,
I
Karri
know
Sure.
John. They
Yeah,
burn.
I do a dark roast blend personally.
Oh yeah? Tell me more about it. Do
Yeah.
you add a little bit of cinnamon in it?
Fuck you! How did you know, right?
I don't know. No, I just guess. Just guess.
I make my own. I make my own vanilla extract, and I add that to my coffee.
just a splash, just like this tiniest splash of cream. Like
I just read someone making vanilla extract. So it's rum and vanilla sticks and 9 months, right? Or something
yeah.
like that.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can use any
pretty much-
alcohol you want.
vanilla.
It's mostly made with clear alcohol. So I made this batch is whiskey. There's one that's a whiskey. 4
Yeah.
bottles that are Captain Morgan Black, and then
Oh, man,
2
check
that
this-
are Tito's.
This is great. I'm sorry I didn't
Oh, wow.
interrupt you. Mistress Dovie said she emailed them about a dark roast, and then they added French roast to the website just for her.
Woohoo!
Perfect.
That's
That's
awesome.
how awesome they are. That's
Look at
what
that customer service right there.
The small.
They're super accommodating. And if you buy 2 bags, they'll try to stuff it into one. They'll try to make it. They're not trying to like rip you off on shipping. Like, in fact, my shipping, they're like, oh no, it's actually cheaper. Here's money back. They hooked. They're
Yep, they're great. They're great.
ethical, man.
Waterholic Aussie, if you want me to, and you ask nicely, I'll milk your vanilla.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, we want to go back over to you making your own vanilla. Then
Yeah.
Oh,
I also make my own infused
Brother
olive oil.
Thong.
you make your
I
own.
like Brother Thong.
I do.
Nice.
I also wear a thong to the beach.
So you will have how many batches of extract? You'll have like 3 or 4 different types of extract.
4, yeah. Made with 4 different types of
Wow.
alcohol. It's lovely. Absolutely.
how many vanilla beans do you buy in a batch?
I think there was 50 in this bag that I got.
Yeah, you got a vacuum sealed bag with 50.
Yeah.
Do
Aaron
you get
made
bourbon vanilla? Do you get bourbon vanilla, or do you get a different type?
Madagascar beans, I guess. Yeah, they're Madagascar beans. My wife brought them because she made a vanilla bean cheesecake, which was delicious.
Jeez. What doesn't your wife do?
She bakes. She's the baker. She
She's
bakes.
the perfect woman.
She bakes. I cook. She bakes.
She bakes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, is there anything else, guys? I like hanging out. I don't want to bore anyone though, but I like hanging out. I love this. I like
Bust
baked
a
talk.
groove.
Do you want to do Bust a groove? What's the last thing you baked, Josh?
I
Josh.
made olive oil. I made Meyer lemon almond olive oil cake for Christmas dinner.
Interesting.
That was the last thing I baked.
Ooh.
Italian
Ooh.
Meyer lemon olive oil almond flourless cake. And
I can't
I
bake.
guess
It's
I
too
actually made
precise.
biscuits 2 days ago too.
Ooh.
I guess I technically baked those. And then I bake pizza like every couple days. Although that's not exactly the same thing.
It's kind of, yeah. I'll give it to you.
There's dough. It counts.
What's your
Hey,
favorite
listen,
pizza,
they do it.
Josh?
They do it on the Great British Bake Off. It's baking.
It's big.
My favorite pizza.
That you make.
Margherita.
If you're gonna make
Lately
pizza,
I've been enjoying pesto with baked potato sliced really thin and Kalamata olives, and then pecorino romano and smoked mozzarella on top.
That is the most complicated pizza I've ever heard.
So fucking good.
Kalamata
Good night, Mistress Dovie.
olives?
One time,
Wow.
one
The
time I
thin
went to-
sliced baked potato. It's from the pizza place that's in the Castro in San Francisco.
I know the last thing
There.
that Ryan baked.
Pizza. A bowl.
It was Ryan. It was just Ryan.
Yeah. Because I don't bake anybody else. I only bake myself.
You bake yourself, huh?
I can't bake your friends.
And with that,
Right.
We're out. Run for your lives.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
run for your lives.
The
guys.
way of the leaf.
Yeah.